I'm in Shelley's now famous garden. I've got my coffee, I've got my Swedish sweets because I'm going to be talking about Gothenburg. My friend Dina gave me these sweets. They're going to keep me going while I talk to you. And I'm going to tell you about the how-to on how I booked my Gothenburg ticket and Reward Flight Savers, which was the deal that I used. The deal that I used to get over to Gothenburg is Reward Flight Savers, and this is where British Airways caps taxes on Avios redemption. So I'm going to look at three different things, and these three things are: how do you book them, how does it cost, and some special Miles Mogul tips. And these three things together will give you all the tools that you need to go and book a Reward Flight Saver yourself. So how do you book? Number one, this is the easiest thing. Head over to ba.com, log into your Executive Club account and search for a flight, and on the drop down menu choose Book with Avios, and any flight under 2,000 miles will automatically have Reward Flight Saver pricing attached to it. Don't need to do anything else. Number two, what does it cost? So Reward Flight Savers cap taxes at £35 on economy flights, £50 on business class flights return. The amount of Avios you pay will depend on where you're going. Now, I went to Gothenburg because that's right on the edge of the cheapest band. I paid 8,000 Avios for a return flight. That's the off-peak price. If it was peak pricing, it'd be 9,000. For that same price, 8,000 or 9,000 Avios, you could also get to anywhere in France, anywhere in Germany, quite a lot of places that are nearby in Europe. For a little bit more, 13,000 off-peak, you could go that little bit further, Malaga or Rome, those sort of places. And finally, on the edge of the Reward Flight Saver deal, you can get to places like Istanbul, Morocco, Moscow, and those ones will cost you 17,000 Avios off-peak in economy. There are loads and loads of ways you can earn these Avios. It's a really low amount of Avios, so even just from one credit card sign-up bonus, you can get enough to even do 2 or 3 of these flights, which is incredible. Check out my Miles Mogul Basics video when that's out, because that'll tell you how you can earn loads of points. Number 3, some special Miles Mogul tips. Special tip number 1, always look at booking 2 one-way flights. Now, British Airways caps the taxes at £35, but sometimes the taxes are actually a little bit lower than this. On certain flights, if you book 2 one-way tickets, the taxes even out to be more like £30, so you can save a fiver here and there. Miles Mogul tip number 2 is always check the cash value of a ticket. When I flew to Gothenburg, the tickets were going to cost me 160 quid if I booked them for cash. 35 quid and 8,000 Avios was great use of that. I got about 1.5p per Avios. I always try and get at least 1 penny's value per Avios that I use. Conversely, if you looked at the flight and it was going to cost you 30 quid or 40 quid for the whole return flight on Ryanair or EasyJet, and you're going to have to pay 9,000 Avios and £35, it's just not worth it. So always check what value you're going to get out of these tickets. And finally, Miles Mogul tip number 3 is that if you go to Moscow, it's the only route with Reward Flight Savers where you can fly first class. They fly a long haul aircraft there. So if you want to cap taxes to 50 quid on a return flight, 25 quid for a one-way, and go out to Moscow in first class, this is the way to do it. You can then do it for next to nothing and experience British Airways' amazing first class. I'm going to have a really in-detail guide to Reward Flight Savers that talks about the whole package, not just my trip to Gothenburg. So you can check that one out when that comes out. But in the meantime, if you've got any questions, please write comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you want more stuff like this, give the video a like, and finally head over to themilesmogul.com and sign up there so you get the latest tips and tricks so you can fly like Miles.